Hey guys, Jim Welch here from Taylor Kia Findlay with another one edition of our Community Connection. And this week we're talking to founder and administrator from Keeping Kids Safe, Judy Hutton. Judy, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. If you can give us a little bit of an idea of what you guys do at Keeping Kids Safe and how it benefits the community, that would be great.
Sure. We are a foster care agency for a nonprofit, and basically we contract with Northwest Ohio with county children's service agencies, and we take in children that are not able to maintain with their families at this time.
Okay. And then roughly right now, about how many kids do you guys usually see on a regular basis?
We have about 79. We've had up to 89 kids. Obviously it fluctuates. Some of our kids end up getting reunified with a family member or back with their parents or adopted. We also do adoptions.
You guys usually have the children short-term, long-term, whatever the situation is?
We've seen both. We've had kids that we've had for a few years, and we've had kids for a few months.
A few months, wow. And you had also mentioned adoption, so you've had some long-term situations with kids, but then there's been some happy reunions with some new families and everything.
Yes, we actually are in the process of about 7 or 8 adoptions right now with our agency.
That's awesome. What other services and stuff are you guys able to fulfill with your group?
We do a lot with the kids. We have an independent living program where we work with a lot with our teenagers and trying to prepare them for emancipation. We do a lot of treatment work with our kids. We kind of assess their needs emotionally, physically, mentally, and get the services and hook up with the people that can help them develop or overcome those deficits that they're experiencing.
And these age ranges, I would assume, are from newborn till 18, probably?
Yes, yeah, we have went to the hospital many times and picked up newborns.
Now, you guys have a really cool program going on with your Christmas. You guys make sure that everybody has a Christmas with every one of your kids, no matter whether they're in foster care or not, correct?
Correct. Christmas and really holidays in general is a really rough time for our kids. If you think about it, Christmas is the big hype is getting together with families and spending time with them and celebrating, and our kids aren't able to do that. And so that's a tough time for them. So we really try to make that a special time. The foster families that they're with, their kids are getting their Christmas gifts, and our foster parents do get them gifts, but they go to aunts and uncles or grandparents, and all of those people add on. And so the kids kind of struggle with that. It's not something that they're used to or experienced. So we want to make sure that they're remembered, they're recognized, and that we give them a little bit of cheer.
That's awesome. So now I'm going to turn the video over to Steve Taylor, and he's going to wrap things up with you, okay?
Okay.
Hey everybody, Steve Taylor here from Taylor Kia Findlay, and I am here with Judy Hutton. This is another one of our Taylor Community Connections where we love to bring in organizations and raise awareness of people that are doing great things in the community. So Judy, I know Jim asked you a lot of questions. We got to know a lot about you and the organization, but you founded this company, right? Or this group?
Yes.
How long ago?
10 years ago.
Okay. And can you tell us a little bit about that?
I've actually worked in the foster care field for many years, and I think it's just kind of been a passion of mine, being a foster child myself, being adopted and growing up with my parents, adopting 3 of us and many foster kids in the home. I think it's just kind of where my heart is and my passion for these kids.
Yeah, well, it's fantastic what you do and how many kids you actually touch. I know Jim's very passionate about this also and reached out and said, hey, what can we do to help these kids? So every year we do something at the dealership called the Taylor 12 Days of Christmas, where we reach out in local communities and try to find ways to give back also. So this just was a natural fit. We were glad to be able to help out some of the kids. Talked a little bit about maybe some things that people that are watching or people in the community, what they can do to help out also.
Obviously we, are working with families and kids, and there's always a huge need for support for them. So they can contact us at Keeping Kids Safe, which is North Main Street in Findlay.
Okay.
We do have a Facebook page. We have to do a little better at keeping that up. So we have a website as well that you can contact.
Okay.
It's keepingkidssafeohio.org.
Okay.
So those are ways.
Great. And what are some ways that people can help? Obviously, financial support, especially this time of year. Are there other ways people can get involved and help out with the kids?
I think a lot of times families, foster families, could use a gift card,
Sure.
for the kids, or gift cards for the kids to be able to go. They like to shop and they like to kind of feel like they have their own money and are able to do that. That's another way. We have teen groups that we're working to prepare them for emancipation. That's another way. I guess there's a multitude of ways
Sure.
that people can help get involved, become a foster parent. That's the best way.
That would be fantastic. So obviously people can reach out to you guys, you can point them in the right direction. But right now we know people in the community are always looking for ways to give back. And so gift cards, if you're listening out there, gift cards, that would definitely help these kids out this time of year. So we were talking off air a little bit about some of the experiences and some of the kids that you've helped. You talked about some of the kids you've helped move on and go on to college. which is just fantastic. I'm sure you've got a million stories, but is there maybe a personal touch or a story of maybe one child or something that you guys have done that you'd like to share with the folks?
Oh man, there's so many. I mean, I guess overall just going and, getting these kids from a bad situation and watching them grow and develop and, see the changes that they make and giving them the opportunities that they wouldn't have,
Sure.
If they were not, if they were still kind of on their own. Taking kids to college, I think I've taken 4 kids to college, and that's one of my biggest joys. And took one all the way to Kentucky to culinary school.
Oh, wow.
And
That's great.
that was fun, and helping her get set up and being a part of that. So sometimes watching my kids get their driver's license and buy their first car, is a big excitement as they go on their own. So there's many stories I could go on, but just
Sure.
knowing that we make a difference, and I have a wonderful group of foster parents that pour their heart into these kids that make a difference, and an amazing staff that are there 24/7. It's not, unfortunately, a 9-to-5 job.
Sure.
So.
Well, thanks so much for coming in today. It's obviously you're making a big difference in our community, and Findlay's lucky to have you and your organization helping all these kids. And if you want to get involved, obviously reach out. We'd love to help these kids even more during the holiday season. This is, like you said, a big time of year that these kids could use a little extra help. So see what you can do to help out Judy and her team and all the kids in Findlay. Thanks a lot for coming on. Steve Taylor for Taylor's Community Connection. We'll see you next time.